Hi guys! In this video, I will be showing you how I made this two-tone vest. Keep in mind that this is not a tutorial. However, I will explain how I constructed my vest. To start off, I made 180 stitches 1x1 rib knit for the bottom ribbing in the round. Then I plan to do stockinette stitch to the top of my vest. However, while I was knitting, I felt like the front panel might be too boring. So I made these two designs. I decided to go with my initials on the bottom. Here's how it looked. I think it turned out really nice. I used the intarsia knitting method to change my yarn while knitting in my initials. Then, I continued with stockinette stitch for 25 centimeters. Then I made marks on where the armholes will go and marked the middle for the v-neck. I used the knit two together for my right leaning decreases and slip knit passover method for my left leaning decreases. I made the decrease for my armhole on every knit row for a few rows before started decreasing my v-neck line. I made no decreases on the purl rows. So at this point, I made decreases on the middle and armhole until I reached the shoulder strap width that I want, which was 12 stitches for me. I ended up decreasing 14 stitches from the armhole and 19 stitches from each side for the neckline, then knit without decreases until I reached the length that I want. Let me break down the way I did the decreases. For the left leaning decrease, I first knit one as border, slip the next stitch knitwise, knit the next stitch, and pass the slip stitch over. Then, knit the row as usual. For the right leaning decrease, knit until there's 3 stitches left on the needle and knit 2 together. Then knit the last stitch for border. Here's how the front left side looks. Then I did the same for the other side. For the back, I marked where I wanted to make decreases for the armholes. Then I went ahead and decreased the same amount from both armholes, and left 11 rows to decrease and bind off the back neckline. To start the bind off, I marked where my first bind off would be, which were the middle 8 stitches. I knitted the last 11th row and bind off the 8 stitches in the middle. Then I purled the next row without decreases, leaving one last stitch, and knit the next row while binding off 3 stitches on each knit row. I ended up decreasing 15 stitches on each side to match the number of stitches on my front shoulder strap. I then transferred my stitches to a scrap yarn. And I did the same to the other side. Next, I stitched the shoulder strap together. Then, I picked up stitches from both armholes to make the ribbing. I made the same 1x1 rib knit to match the bottom ribbing. Once I had the length I wanted, I casted off the ribbing tightly. Lastly, I picked up stitches for my neckline the same way I did the armholes. The only thing I did differently was I made decreases on the V-neck line by slipping 2 middle stitches knitwise. Knit the next stitch and pass the slip stitch over. Slip the 2 middle stitches knitwise. Knit the next stitch and pass the slip stitch over. And bind off tightly. And it's done. Here is the final product. If I were to knit a vest again, I would make decreases on the armholes as I did for the neckline, so they wouldn't be so stiff and would curve more nicely. But overall, for the first ever vest that I knitted, I'm very proud of it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Bye!